back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Hello, people. How are you doing? You are tuning in to the Pacific Experience podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is episode 19. This is episode 19. You are with PacX, and we are with you here where we talk about our experiences in the Pacific Northwest. You can check us out at Facebook at PacX Podcast, along with Instagram at PacX Pod. Instagram's pretty cool. But guess what? Solo. That's right, it's a solo tonight. Today, whenever, what is it? It's September now. September, this will be the 5th when this is posted. September 5th, or wait, shit, what is it, 6th? Yeah, it's 6th, it'll be the 6th. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. You are with me and I'm with you. It's just me. I'm your host, Lloyd. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just want to start out by saying thank you to the listeners out there, all of you. This is awesome. Thank you for the feedback as well. This is pretty cool. So, what do I have on the agenda tonight? I've got nothing. That's right. Austin is not here. The dude is a fucking beast. He's out there, grinding out in the wild. I'm just kidding. But at his job, he brews. He is a brewer. He works his ass off. You can tell. Not only can you tell, I just know. I know Austin. Austin's a beast. So Austin worked his ass off today, and he's probably still working. Madman, 14 hours or some shit like that, I'm sure. But he won't be with us. So what do I have? I don't know. I don't really know what I got. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm uneducated. I've been working my ass off too. Been busy as fuck. The weather has been decent. It's been good up here in the PNW. It's been raining slightly. We had a couple rain showers that came in over the weekend. And expect climate change and global warming that Austin doesn't believe in to take care of us this winter. That's right. I hear rumors that there's not supposed to be any snow up here in the PNW. I don't know about that. I mean, I guess I see the snow being less and less each winter. It's frozen over many times, more so in the 50s. I mean, it's obvious that it's getting warmer. I'm not going to go down this fucking rabbit hole right now of some climate change, of some bullshit, but I figured I'll start off. We'll start us off. I mean, we don't have Austin, so I'm going to start off with maybe a little story here from something really strange. I'm just going to flip to a random page, and hopefully it's worth it. Let's see what this. Ooh, pyramids, of course. Fucking great. All right, pyramid schemes. Fucking great. Here I go. Hold on. Before I read this, I'm going to go down some fucking conspiracy bullshit. I won't shut up about it. I'm sorry. You can go ahead and just tune out now. Don't. Just kidding. Don't do that. Check it out. Listen. Pyramid schemes. Some New Agers believe that the Egyptian pyramids were originally time machines, UFO bases, or gates to other dimensions. Thankfully, the Mayans of Mexico were somewhat more forthcoming. They left detailed documents that explain the astronomy behind the construction of the pyramids. Oh, did they? Well, aren't they just forthcoming? So you're calling the other guys who built them and didn't leave hints not forthcoming? I guess. It turns out that the Mayans had a highly developed calendar system. They used astronomical events to set the special dates for sacrifices and other rituals. Their pyramids were built on alignments that pointed toward the positions of the sun, moon, planets, and stars on these dates. Okay. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's reread that. Their pyramids were built on alignments. Okay. What alignments? Okay, I'll tell you. That pointed toward the positions of the sun, okay, the moon, okay, planets, okay, and stars. Okay. on these dates. Okay. There is no date. What date is it talking about? And first of all, sun, moon, planets, and stars? What else is in space? That's like me saying every time I point my finger towards that blue shit over there, aka water, it's going to happen to line up with the fish and the seaweed and the oxygen in the water and the bubbles. Yeah. That's like saying the same thing. What else is... That gives nothing. I mean, maybe it's summing it up for specific ones. Maybe I'm asking a lot more than what this little reading has given me. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I guess I'll just shut the hell up and I'll keep reading it. It can't be proven, it says, that the Egyptian pyramids or the ziggurats... God, I'm obviously butchering that. I'm sure someone's yelling into their speaker right now, very disappointed in me. Just tell me how it is! I don't know! It can't be proven that the Egyptian pyramids or the ziggurats of ancient Mesopotamia were built on the same kind of idea. But the astronomical alignments are similar, and so far no one has come up with a better explanation. So the next time you see ancient pyramid, think really big calendar. Is that so? And that's the end. No, that's not what I'm thinking. And how dare you tell me what to think when I see that shit? That shit's for us to ponder. It's on the damn United States dollar bill. Don't give me a definition of that. I'm asking for it, right? No, I'm not asking for it. I don't want to know what those things are. If I feel like I know that, then I'm just going to know so much truth that there's got to be no purpose, at that point. I mean, goodness gracious. Let's see. What else do we have in here? You know what, Lloyd? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about me or what I'm talking about. Just kidding. Yes, they do. Gosh, let's figure out what's going on up here in the PNW during this time of the year. Well, I can tell you right now, I know that in Tacoma, and, first let me slow down. It's September. We all know it starts in September, right? Right? Flamin' Hot Cheetos go on sale every single month at Safeway down aisle 12. Yeah! Just kidding. Every September, school starts. Yeah. No, I was not about to go down a 9/11 conspiracy rabbit hole. But I will say the school starts in September, but not in a certain part of the PNW, and that is Tacoma and Puyallup. Tacoma and Puyallup. I was actually in that area today.
No shit, Lloyd. It's all that exists in Puget Sound.
Nuh-uh, there is a lot more. Except down there at the bottom of Puget Sound, Tacoma and Puyallup, kind of like the armpit of Puget Sound there. I love it. Go there a lot. By there, I mean Tacoma and Puyallup. Speaking of, the Puyallup Fair is going on. So a lot of stuff is going on at the bottom, south part of the Puget Sound. We have the Puyallup Fair. Do the Puyallup. You should go to it if you have not. And if you're listening to this, you should definitely go. Puyallup Fair is an experience. I'm not going to talk about the damn Puyallup Fair on this podcast, though. So just go. However, fucking teachers are on strike right now. School is supposed to start on Wednesday, and it is not. It did not. And it is not. There's something going on. The teachers are on strike. Well, why are they on strike? Because they're not getting paid enough. I'm sure everyone has an opinion with the information that I've just given you, up to only that amount of information. Shit, I definitely have opinions. I mean, I'm not going to get started. I should. It's a podcast. Teachers should be paid. They have to go through education, all sorts of education. It's kind of a snowball effect with their pays. Tenure and seniority, not seniority, it's the wrong word, but tenure on the job. And, the longer you're in it, the more education you have, the more you make. which is all fine and dandy, except for when they're not getting paid enough. Well, teachers should be paid. They're not only teaching the next generation of the United States, they're fucking babysitting our kids. And, you know, not to be dissing on good old Puyallup or Tacoma now, you know, because definitely born in Puyallup, and lived there. So no diss to either of those places, but it seems like a rowdy bunch of kids to have to babysit every day. You know, ages from kindergarten to, you know, senior year. They're good old 12th graders. Goodness damn gracious. These people watch our kids, they deal with them, and not only are they watching them in a sense and dealing with them, and the school's trying to take care of them and have them return their damn books on time that they're scrapping pennies to even provide, and then these kids take the books, they don't bring them back, and then you have kids not paying for lunches, and the school's not going to let a child starve, and all sorts of crazy stuff. I mean, the teachers should be paid. Not only should the teachers be paid, and should they be paid well. I mean, go ahead and argue that they get this off, they get that off, all this time off. Yeah, you would want that fucking time off too if you spent 8 hours of your day with a bunch of punk asses in class who don't care to learn your shit. And then the ones who do care are so far up your ass, you can't stand them even more. I'm sure that's how it is. I'm not a teacher. I'm not over there in the system, but man, at least that's what's going on there, and that's kind of my opinion. You know, pay the teachers. There should be, you know. So who do we blame? You know, they're striking against the school board, the district. You know, looking for an increase. A lot of the neighboring districts had increases, I guess, which is good. I would like to interview a teacher. If you are a teacher and you want to come talk on here, either over the phone or anything, please reach out to Pacific Experience. That's Experience. Experience without an E at the beginning. PacificExperience@gmail.com, or hit us up on Facebook or Instagram. Let me know if you have any information, or if you're a teacher, you're in the education system, if you know anything about this, and if you experienced, you know, the negotiations in another district and you got that raise, and is it, you know, do you feel it's worthy to you? I guess whatever the fuck you have to say. I don't know. But who do we blame? Is it the school board that's just kind of hogging all the money? Like, no, we're not going to pay our teachers. You know, this cafeteria is fine. You know, I don't know. Supposedly that's where a lot of people are pointing their fingers. So what funds the school board to begin with? I'll tell ya, because I did something called research. AKA Googling for 60 seconds. And what there seems to be is that what it is that the taxes, local and state, so Washington and then the local taxes, are what pay for that. Majority. There's other things that contribute to. That's the majority of it. They say 92%, and that mostly comes from property tax. So it makes sense. I mean, the area that I'm living in right now, property is going up like crazy, as in physical property, and then value as well. Therefore, I'm sure there's a big increase in the tax revenue over it. Therefore, they can afford to give a 10% raise to the teachers in the area. However, you go to Puyallup and Tacoma. Now, I'm just judging by my eyes. I haven't looked at any statistic or spreadsheet, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who to blame, but it seems like either growth is not. If it seems that the school system, for the teachers to be compensated fairly and for the school system to financially be taken care of and meet their needs, not just meet their needs, but meet the standards that we uphold these teachers to teach our children and our kids and the youth and the next generation, if that whole system has to rely on the growth and economic success rate of the local area, more so than anything else, then gosh, so you're telling me the cheaper the town, or the shittier the town, the shittier the education?
Well, yeah, Lloyd, it's America.
Well, okay. Damn. Then I think that sucks. That really sucks. Our schools should really be the top priority, don't you think? I have a right to think that and say that. I'm a parent. I've been reading school paperwork these last couple days. My kid hasn't turned the stuff in yet. It's still 2 days late on the first day. That's right. Good old Papa Bear failing already. Just kidding. We got it done. Signed in the wrong spot, of course, But I will say it's overwhelming thinking about it. Because once you start thinking about it, you start seeing things and discovering things, and you don't like it. Again, I'm talking about it, and I'm outside of the school system, so hats off to those teachers out there, not just the teachers, the other, all the superintendents, whatever else role is in there, who put up with our kids and hold the pressures of us expecting them to educate them and teach them and improve the next generation. That's right. The next generation, which would be Generation Z3 or X, fucking Y, whatever. I don't know. I think people are just gonna go backwards in the alphabet now. It's like eventually in like fucking 100 years it'll be Generation A. That sounds gay. I don't know. So I don't know. Yeah, what else is going on out there? Not a whole lot. Nah, really. Not a whole lot. Well, I do suppose we should find out what's going on in the world. That's right. One of the Soviet Union's satellites up in space was sabotaged. It was sabotaged! Yeah, so, I guess a little hole, was punctured or something, and one of the astronauts could plug it with their finger, and they had to return. No one knows who did it. They think it could have been a small meteorite, as in small, as in miniature. Could you imagine that? If it puts a hole in, goodness, you're just floating in space, all of a sudden something the size of a fucking dice just, pew! Just shoots through, and you're like, okay, cool. We have, an hour to live. Or some shit like that. That's fucking epic. And then, or it's either that, or one of the astronauts on the job did it. An inside job. Gosh, could you imagine what's gonna happen? From the stories I hear of, I don't know. I could be, I do not know. I know I'm saying that a lot, this podcast, this episode. But I really don't know what's gonna happen when they return. They could just get fucked up for who was it? Who was it? Who did it? I don't know. It's interesting, though. I would like to see what's going to happen from it. Gosh, let's see what else is going on in the world. Heard something about Eminem getting in a fight with, a machine gun or something. I don't know. Something stupid like that. Just kidding, everyone. Chill out. Not going to talk about it. Let's see. Gosh, I don't know. Let's go to the special topics that we have. That's right, we're going to the Flipboard. Go to Flipboard, Lloyd Smith, at Lloyd Smith, 697C, on Flipboard if you want to see what's up. Conspiracy, no. Y-O-Y, no. Tips for trips and nips. Lincoln Ship, America's Caesar, This Matters Today. Let's go to This Matters Today. One thing I remember that we were talking about last time we did a solo was some loud booms going on. Let's check it out. I don't know if anyone's heard about this out there. Let me know. Let me know what you think. So we've got here. I'll just dive in. Mysterious booming sounds have left people baffled all over the planet. The terrifying noises have been recorded everywhere from the Middle East to the Midwest this year, with the majority heard on the U.S. East Coast. The latest boom came to light this week, scaring residents in Alabama. Cops say they were notified of a suspicious sound that was described as a loud boom around 9 p.m. November 20th. Yes, this was about a year ago. I'm reading you something that was about a year ago. However, these are still very frequent, and this is one article that I kept specifically. The boom dubbed Bama Boom, of course, Bama Boom shook multiple houses and was heard statewide, according to WBMA. Is that WBAMA? But cops and experts can't seem to figure out what caused the mysterious noise. Who are the experts on this? I'm not challenging it. I'm not saying I don't believe it. It's conspiracy. I just want to know who are the experts. Some experts, okay, say causes could range from supersonic aircraft to meteors exploding in the atmosphere. Meteors exploding in the atmosphere? That's epic. Especially if they're making that loud of noises. But this isn't the first time the mysterious sound has been heard, with 64 locations reporting similar sounds this year. The booms were heard all over, including Michigan, Lapland in the UK, and St. Ives, Swansea, and Yorkshire. Okay, so, alright, I'll stop talking about the sounds. I can't play the sounds because I only see videos on YouTube. I can't play YouTube on here through this podcast, but please look it up. What you should type this in right now. Don't listen to the rest of the podcast. Go type this in. Go to YouTube and type in loud booms in... Oh my gosh. Israel? Yeah, type that in. It's freaking crazy. You hear the loud booms, the loud sounds, and the sky starts changing. It's weird. Very pure footage, too. Especially when you have a bunch of people filming the same thing. It's pretty epic. Yeah. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and read the titles that I have under here, and you guys can go check it out on Flipboard. It's at Lloyd Smith 697C. Check out the category I have called Millennial Exploration. So, okay, here's the titles. Scientists have found a new way to stimulate lucid dreams. Sheriff Elon Musk, who will govern human space habitants and how? Of course. Let's question that. Hold on, before we even fucking get there, let's figure out how we're gonna tax the damn place and militarize it and make a fucking army. Goodness gracious. Really? We're gonna be worried about who's gonna govern it? Who? Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, Lloyd, of course. Who's gonna pay who, and how are we gonna buy stuff?
You know what? Money? Money! Yeah, money? What the fuck, dude? Money? Excuse my French, but money? What's going on with money? You know, what's funny is money runs everything. People say they love money. Listen, I don't love money. I love being able to do what I want, and money allows me to do that. Therefore, I guess I love money. No, I don't. I don't love money. I guess I love having money. Because money is what people made. Think about it. If a giant earthquake happened or a big tsunami was coming and we waved a bunch of money at it, it's not going to fucking care. If some aliens just came down right now and stuck their fucking guns up and were like, freeze! And we waved at them money, they're not going to fucking care. What, wave a dollar bill at them?
Well, no, Lloyd, we wave a little bit more than a dollar bill.
Okay, you know what I mean. So why are we already worrying about money and space like that? I mean, these aren't rhetorical questions. I'd like them answered. If you know the answer, if you have an opinion about it, let me know.
Oh, do I hear someone coming to interrupt the podcast? I do. We're going to take a time out. Hold on.
This is Echo Sierra Mike India 0337 positive air copy.
Just kidding, we're back. And we are back. I was talking about the money and space, talking about some bullshit like that, but it's real. What is real, Lloyd? Money? Yeah, it's real that it's the fact that we invented it, we made it, its value is nothing but what we say, and that's the way it is. And space, I'm spiritual person. It bothers me that that's already what we're focused on or worried about before we're even effing there. Let's pump the brakes for a minute. Gosh darn. Well, you know what? If you're gonna be worried about governing Mars, and if my kids or grandkids or my fucking 80 or 90-year-old damn self, if I'm still fucking alive, like can afford or can go to Mars, there better be some damn hot dogs. I want some chips. I want the game on. I want some Americanization, some Westernization, some good old Earthization on Mars, If you're going to be taxing my ass, there's going to be a government there, I mean, what do we need the cops for, in case any, bad guy aliens come up? I mean, maybe. Shit. That's kind of exciting. Oh, space. Space is cool. It's alright. What else do I have on here? Branson talks about space, tourism, hotels around the moon. I see why I saved this article. See, I must have just been in a bad mood. When I see an article like that just pisses me off, I save it so I can talk about it later and bitch about it. But I'm sorry, I'm just going to stop bitching about it. Branson talks about... who's Branson? I don't know. Let's keep going. Space mining is going to seriously disrupt Earth's economy. And we're nowhere near ready for the shock. That's so. Abigail Beale from the Wired UK. It's almost impossible to understand how unfathomably massive our universe truly is. I'm not going to bore you with this, but that could be a fun thing to read, I guess. Here's something exciting! We may have just found 20 habitable worlds. So, a habitable world, what is considered a habitable world? Pretty much it has to be in the habitable zone. Not too hot, not too cold. Basically, a planet has to be in the right spot. The same way you roast a marshmallow above the fire, Know what I'm talking about? You gotta be right in that snug spot. If you have it too far away, it's too cold. Now, you have it too close up, it's just gonna burn and get all crusty on the outside.
Some of us like it that way, though. I personally do. I like to have it catch on fire a little bit. I'll have some of the ash in my chocolate.
Anyways, yeah, you're good. You can open that. Alright. Excuse me. Gosh, I'm fucking all over the place. What was I just talking about? Yeah, so habitable planet has to be in the right zone. Just like how you have the marshmallow in the right zone to make a s'more out of the fire. But not just that. It's got to... That habitable... It also has to... The way that we can... Here, let me back up. How can we tell if a planet is in a habitable zone? Where it's not too, where it's too close, not too close to the sun, but it also needs to be in rotation. We need to see that it's rotating, and the way that we can do that is that it gives something called the wobble effect. Through a telescope, if you fast forward time, you can see that the planet is wobbling, therefore it's rotating on an axis. And you can, how else you can tell is if you see it has moons, you'll see like a quick shadow go past every time the light that you are looking through to look at the planet. So
there's your science for the Day on the PacX podcast.
But it's pretty exciting because, if there's habitable planets out there, what the hell else does that mean? I'm personally not a Big Bang believer, nor am I a believer of evolution. I believe it could be, I think it's a mix of everything. I think what happened is, at the beginning is a mix of everything from, the good old Bible and Big Bang and evolution. Whatever. Who knows? I could talk about it all day, but I don't have someone here to talk about it with. This is just a solo. But I think that could kind of maybe wrap her up a little bit. And you know what I mean by that. But yeah, I think we're definitely going to be calling this one good for this episode. Good 30 minutes. We're 29 minutes in. Call it episode 19. In episode 20, we'll have Austin Davis back with us. We have some really good stuff going for episode 20. But, you know what? I'm just so committed to this. I love this. I love doing this. Check us out. I didn't even talk about it earlier. Check us out on the website, PacXpodcast.com. That website is up and running. It's I'm also working on some trial and errors, so but regardless, you can go there for all the updates on what's going on with PacX. Really exciting stuff, and it's all because of you listeners. Really, you are the ones listening, and you listening gives us the motivation and kind of the willpower to add some hip to our step to get some other people on this podcast, upgrading our equipment and everything else. So reach out to me if you have anything you want to discuss, any bullshit you want to talk about, or at least with any feedback. So thank you so much for tuning in. This is the PacX podcast. Stay tuned because episode 20, I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not going to tell you what's going on, but it's going to be off the fucking hook. Got some really good shit coming for you. Like I said, I wanted to hop on for this week. Didn't want to leave y'all hanging. But thank you for tuning in. This is PacX. We'll see you soon, episode 20, at PacXpodcast.com.